and welcome to Education Today. I'm John Zish from the Armstrong School District. You know, Teacher in Service Day recently happened. 500 teachers were gathered August 24th at West Shamokin High School to get rallied for the next school year. In this installment, we take a look at Superintendent William Kerr's speech to the troops. Enjoy.
The Armstrong School District continues to strive for academic excellence. This excellence is attributed to the dedicated efforts and support of our students, our staff, our parents, our administration, and our Board of School Directors. At our leadership helm is Dr. William H. Kerr, our superintendent, who leads by example and embraces a steadfast vision, focus, and commitment to excellence. It is with great pleasure that I introduce to you our superintendent, Dr. William H. Kerr.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Solosky. Good morning, everyone. Before we get started, I want to recognize Lisa Lambert. She is the Vice President of the Armstrong School District Foundation. Would you please stand, Lisa? Our Board of Trustees works extremely hard, and that's pretty evident with the programs that were presented this morning and all of the work of the trustees. You never underestimated for your volunteer work. So we thank Bruce and company, and John Zish, and Candace is here this morning. Last time I saw Bruce and Candace, they were in a golf cart at Katanning Country Club on the day of the outing, and they too worked very hard on that particular day. Well, it's my pleasure to welcome each of you also. This is an exciting new school year. This is one of 3 days, as I have said in the past, that I absolutely love. I love the first day of school when our children come back. I love graduation and all the days in between, but this day is pretty special too, because it is the time that I have, along with the administration and the school board, to be with you collectively in a room to talk about the future of education and where we are in terms of educational programs and services and the progress that we continue to make moving forward as one. I am hopeful that we will have a great school year. It's exciting to have new teachers and administrators among us. I commend our new teachers for coming to our school district. It's a great school district. We have wonderful parents, great kids, and you will soon find that the employees of this school district are genuine and authentic, and they truly care about our young people. They make a difference, and I had a report on induction. I was away this past week, but it's my understanding that the induction of our new teachers over a 3-day period went extremely well. And once again, we welcome you and we look forward to working with you. On behalf of our Board of School Directors and administration, I'd like to thank our guest speakers this morning as well. You know, we have an outstanding working relationship with the Armstrong School District Foundation, the Armstrong County Memorial Hospital, United Way, the AEA, all of you continue to work together, and I think that we're building upon great successes to improve our school district in so many ways. And the truth is that you, along with all of us in this room, we are certainly focused on what is best for students, and that's exactly why we're here. I'm very pleased that our Board of Representatives, school board is here today, beginning with Ms. Stitt, our board president, Roy Smeltzer, member of the board, and all of our other board members. They are truly committed to our students. When you talk about a budget or educational programs that have been approved, or the hiring of new teachers, or the promotion of teachers to the administrative level, like Paula Berry, they genuinely care about this school district in the future and where we're headed. And I might say something in particular about Ms. Stitt. We go back now a number of years through her involvement at Katanning Township through a parent group, as well as her volunteerism on the Professional Education Committee, as well as on the ASD Foundation. She genuinely cares about young people, and the story that she shared this morning was very touching and right from the heart. And I want you to know that the board as a whole are genuinely interested in students, or would they never be serving for what can be a thankless job, a volunteer job, to serve on our board of directors. So I would like a round of applause for our Board of Directors, headed by Ms. Stitt, also Mr. Smeltzer today, and all of our members that serve on the school board. Once again, please. Now more than ever, we have to build upon the success of getting results. And we have been very effective to this point. But we need to do more to enhance the healthy school culture of continuous learning among adults, continuous learning among students, open inquiry, and data analysis. The Educational Leadership Initiative, in cooperation with Pitt, will help us do that. And we are now ready for the next level of continuous school improvement. ELI, known as the Educational Leadership Initiative, is a professional development initiative that focuses on student achievement and developing shared leadership for a common vision. This year we're going to promote more collaboration. All of the sacred time that you've had in your buildings, either at the end of the 9-week period or on a weekly basis, monthly basis, in terms of shared planning time or shared time together on data analysis, we're going to build on that to make sure that we focus on data and that we provide remedial programs that are necessary. The assessment data that was mentioned this morning, everything from DIBELS to the Foresight assessments to that even of the PSSA, have provided results to drive development of our instructional practices and programs. By calling for greater collaboration among our educators and analyzing assessment results and identifying those remedial programs that we need, ELI is going to take us to the next level and also help us with our professional development activities and to provide that shared focus for our goals towards improving education. Under ELI, we're going to develop vertical leadership teams. It's going to consist of teachers, building administrators, central office personnel assigned to each building, and it also will include a partnership with Lenape Technical School. The Armstrong School District and the Lenape administration and faculty, we recognize the shared responsibility to collaborate in the effort to increase student achievement and overall school performance. At this time, it is my pleasure to introduce members of the ELI team. Now, I might add that we have attended a 2-day orientation in Cranberry with our team members. I'm going to ask you to please stand. It will be by building level. Hold your applause until everyone is standing. First of all, from Lenape Technical School, Ms. Dawn Coker-Taylor, the Administrative Director, Ms. Carla Timmons, and Mr. Todd Luke, Administrators, and Mr. Dan Veronese. From West Shamokin High School, Laura Bresnikan, Mr. Rick Burns, Mr. Kirk Lorigan. Katanning High School's team, Mr. Jim Rummel, Dr. Karen Fisher, and Dr. Deborah Snyder. From Ford City High School, Mr. Mike Cominos, Mr. Brian Timmons, and Mr. Joe Kelly. Also from Ford City High School, the Central Office Administrator, Mr. Larry Robb, and for Katanning High School, the Central Office person will be Mr. Chris DeVivo and myself. Mr. Robb will also be serving West Shamokin High School. From Elderton High School, Dr. Frank Garitano, Mr. Dave Christofik, Ms. Shauna Zakowski, and Ms. Christy Orlowski. Katanning Junior High School will be Chris DeVivo and myself, Mr. Sedgwick, and Connie Marr. West Hills Intermediate, Dr. Matt Pott, Mrs. Sue Kreidler, Ms. Paula Kioski, and Ms. Jill Carino. West Hills Primary, Dr. Matt Pock, again, Ms. Ann Miranda, Ms. Paula Kioski, and Gina Flick. From Shannock Elementary, Dr. Cheryl Solosky, Mr. Russ Carson, Eileen Serene. Lenape Elementary, Dr. Michael Glue, Mr. Tom Dingham, Ms. Judy Brown, Ms. Sandy Gilbertson. From Katanning Township, Dr. Beverly Long, Mr. Eric Ritzard, Ms. Amanda Melke. Elderton Elementary, Dr. Beverly Long, Mr. Eric Ritzard, and Matt Smith. From Dayton Elementary, Dr. Jim Gagini, Ms. Paula Berry, and Shelley McKernan. I think I have everybody. How about a round of applause for our ELI team? Now, what I'd like to do in just a minute here, all of these teams are going to collaborate on curriculum, best practices in instruction, and the analysis of benchmark assessments. They're also going to take a look at our curriculum, K through 12, and make sure that they're aligned with the Pennsylvania academic standards, and we're going to make sure that we look at differentiated instruction and strategies to make sure that we accommodate learning styles and teaching styles. As a result of our collaboration earlier in the month at Cranberry, we came up with a primary instructional goal, and I want you to listen to this carefully because it mirrors what Dr. Gagini touched on, as well as Dr. Garitano, but the focus is in, obviously, the instructional area. Our instructional goal is to increase reading, math, and science skills across the curriculum. Each building will revise the Getting Results framework, goals to improve student achievement based on ongoing assessment data. Let's take a moment and let's go down through the slide presentation, which there's only about 9 slides, and I'm going to move it along. The Eli partnership, again, which includes Armstrong and Lenape Tech, we're going to aim for world-class achievement. We're going to view student achievement, identify benchmarks of high performance. We're going to take a look at and understand the critical importance of vertical leadership in terms of teachers and administrators working together. We're going to seek quality education for all of our children, and we're going to value partnerships and collaborations with others. Eli is this comprehensive, integrated professional development that supports a school culture, and we have been there. I want to tell you, when we look back, when we talk about Matteo a couple years ago and working with us with Getting Results, we are ahead of the curve, folks. When we went to Cranberry, I felt and walked away with, I think, the general feeling is Armstrong School District's on the right pathway. We have it together. What we now have to do is take it up the next level and ratchet it up because we are focused on learning and we do have the foundation for shared leadership. These are the belief and vision statements about effective leadership, organizational change, good instruction, following through and thoughtful evaluation are essential to improvements in student achievement, looking at accurate data and information and making good decisions. You've heard me say it before. A good teacher is a teacher that makes decisions. Good teaching is good decision making. You know when to monitor and adjust and make the instructional changes that you need to. Most importantly, in this new collaboration that we have is, I want teachers to take a lead role. You are the next generation as we look at succession plans and move people up through the system and at the same time build working relationships where you can take a lead role. It is so important to that healthy culture that we're building. The results that Eli seek, you can see again, focus on leadership, student achievement, school cultures dedicated to instructional practices that are rigorous and continuously to improve achievement, creation of credible multiple learning communities, establishment of regional partnerships in terms of teaching and learning. We are one of 10 districts participating in Eli this year, and I think it's going to be very worthwhile in terms of our relationships that we build across the region. One point I'd like to stress is it's not a program, it's a process. We will have assistance from our colleague in residence. You can see the names that are listed there. We'll focus on team coaching, collaboration, the leadership aspect, student achievement. We're going to have access to a whole host of experts from across the region. The time commitment for the people that are involved directly on the leadership team, we already have had the orientation. We'll have a mid-year professional development activity, 2 days of end-of-the-year recap. We're going to meet once a month as a team leadership meeting. There'll be other professional development opportunities for all participants, including principals and superintendent reviews. The role of lead teacher, this is very important. Again, we want those teachers to be a member of the district leadership team that have equal access to opinions, suggestions, and the expertise that they offer to that committee. We want them to make proposals. We want them to assume leadership roles in various situations. We want you to be the expert on the team that we have developed. That collaboration, communication, the leadership responsibilities all come into play. A teacher may end up leading a meeting. They may sit on the leadership team or chair the committee in terms of their role. These are some points that I touched upon earlier about quality teaching, quality leadership, and so forth. It builds upon the framework that we already had in place. The leadership team, ours is a little bit unique because of the size of it, of our district. But the one thing I wanted to make sure was that every building was represented. Every central office administrator had a direct involvement with the principal or assistant principal, and absolutely that we wanted to involve a lead teacher or master teacher from each of the areas. Let me move on to the partnership with school district improvement. Dr. Garitano had this part of his slide program. It is a newly designed collection system for data. We had participated for 3 years, Bev. Where's Bev? 3 years or 4 years under the CDA, the Comprehensive Data Analysis out of IU-3. Not only expensive, but it was cumbersome. Problems in trying to roll it out where it was user-friendly for our teachers. This new system, guaranteed, I believe that you will find that it's user-friendly, and most importantly, it's going to be very compatible for meeting your needs as teachers and administrators to understand data, to interpret it, and then make some decisions about instructional strategies on a student-by-student basis focused on the assessment and data that you look at. I think you'll be very receptive to it, and I would like to hear more from you as the year goes out. You'll be learning more about what is sometimes called the Classroom Excellence Initiative through ongoing training to use the data collection system. Before I move into the next initiative, I just want to say something about the video. That video obviously is very powerful because as we stand here, the world is changing. It's an ever-changing society, and we are just one little speck in this great, great nation and world in which we live. And we have to look to the future. The Armstrong charrette, you will be hearing that term. Charrette refers to a process where people plan on an intensified time period and get all their ideas out on the table. Now, making some reference to this, and you will see it on our website, you'll see publicity and information about it. Key stakeholders, beginning with the Board of School Directors, will convene for a 3-day period in October 17th in the evening through Friday, and concluding on October 17th. They will develop what we see as a blueprint and a vision for the future of the school district. In part, in my opening comments to the school board a couple weeks ago, I said this: meeting the demands of business and industry and taking into consideration the global and competitive economy in which we live, we need to look to the future with a desire to meet the ever-changing needs of education. Our students no longer compete with the student next to them in the classroom. They're competing with students in China, in India, Japan, and other countries where innovation and technologies have advanced in major proportions, as evidenced by that video. From my perspective, we need to ratchet up Project 720. Classrooms of the future, which in the very next few days, we're going to have good news about Classrooms of the Future and the grant which will be awarded to our school district, and dual enrollment. And what we need to do is make the necessary changes in our educational system to include rigor and relevance and real-world experiences in our curriculum if our students are going to be academically prepared and highly competitive and successful as lifelong learners. More advanced placement courses and expanded educational opportunities are needed in preparation of post-secondary education and training. I envision the school of the future where students are coming and going with increased opportunities for mathematics, science, and technology, dual enrollment, online learning, internships, job shadowing, and work-study programs. Schools like Lenape Technical School will have the golden opportunity to apply for a technical college partnership grant with a community college to promote such initiatives as STEM. Now, if you haven't heard the acronym STEM, you're going to hear more about it and read about it if you're doing any reading with educational journals. STEM stands for science, technology, engineering, and manufacturing. And trust me, we're not talking about 3 years from now and applying for a grant. And I have not talked to Don Coker-Taylor about this yet because we have both been going in different directions. We did have an email back and forth. But there's a deadline of November of '07 to apply for monies for the technical college. Opportunity knocking at our doorstep, very obviously. Armstrong and Lenape this year are prepared to address the K-12 career education and work standards to promote college and career awareness and pathways to prepare our students for the jobs of the future. We believe that students are entitled to exploratory activities and deserve choice based on their interests. When Dr. Garitano showed his slide program this morning, if you recall, all of the 5 clusters of areas of choice, students will be able to go in and out of those activities as they find their way and explore the activities or the areas of interest that they may want to go down in terms of a career pathway to be successful in the future. The future design of schools through renovation or construction must be curriculum driven so that the delivery of instruction better prepares our students for post-secondary education and training, whether it's college or career and technical pathways. Meeting the challenges of the 21st century economy requires strong academics and sophisticated technical skills. When I finished my dissertation years ago at Pitt, of all the oral interviews that I did with folks from business and industry, the one that sticks out the most is that the kid that has strong academics, solid foundation, along with or coupled with sophisticated technical skills, will have the best chance of gainful and meaningful employment in the future. Back in 1994 it was true, and today it's true, more true than ever. Here's our priority goal as our board gets together with our stakeholders. And this will be on the front page of our website once we have a final approval on the process for the charrette. To promote high student achievement and high-performing schools through increased educational opportunities, business education partnerships, collaboration across programs, and accelerated technologies based on curriculum-driven designs, adapting to the ever-changing needs of education and workforce quality. Now, as you know, there are significant educational facility needs in our school system. This is a beautiful facility, a big investment on the part of the school district. But across the district, we have other issues that need to be addressed. They've been identified by recent studies, including the Dansu report or the Hayes Large Facility Master Plan. But determining a balanced course of action that's in the best interest of students educationally and in the best interest of taxpayers fiscally is a real challenge, and believe me, it's very complex. What you need to know from my perspective is I am absolutely obsessed with getting this correct on what is the future of the school district. 24/7, guaranteed. Ask any of them. I go to lunch, what do I talk about? I talk about the building program. Of all the educational programs that we have in place and the movement that we are going forward as one, we have a great school district. What divides us the most in any one group of people or two people, it's the building program. Put that aside, what a quality school district, and we need to build on that quality. But finding out and building consensus on what to do, identifying the best results for the best value, that's an integral part of the current process. That's why we're going to bring together stakeholders. We've had feedback through a series of public forums. We've had input and consideration by the board of directors, and now we have this planning process to include key stakeholders so that the district finds a way to build consensus based on the best alternatives. In the end, it may not please some, may anger others. Hopefully the general consensus will be some compromise in what direction we will go. Now, why I say all of this, I want you to be attuned. I know you're getting ready for the beginning of the school year and what's important to our students, but you're going to have an opportunity to participate. The framework at this point includes parents, students, our 8 board reps, juniors and seniors, school board and faculty, there'll be 4 faculty members, by attendance area. Also, the administration, tax study commission members, the business community, the ASD Foundation, our support staff, Lenape Technical School, county government, and borough/township government will have representatives on this 56-member planning committee, which will be divided into 4 focus groups. That's the process. Now, once the school board approves the criteria and selection process, there will be public announcements as to how people can volunteer for the Armstrong Charrette. Lastly, let me speak to what may interest some, the superintendent's leave of absence. First of all, I am coming back, unless Mr. Burkett, where's Mr. Burkett? He has such a good sense of humor. Unless somebody forces me to retire in the process, or after I come back and I present a paper and it doesn't agree with anybody and I fall flat in my face, or I die, I will be back. I will be on a leave from the end of August to late January, and I'm going to study the relationships between education and regional workforce development as a visiting fellow at the University of Pittsburgh. This is an honor for the school district as well as for me professionally, because it is the first offered by the University of Pittsburgh. It's my hope that my research will benefit the Armstrong School District in our quest to continually improve educational offerings to help students compete globally. That's my primary goal. It is my intent to author a white paper, like an executive summary, that will address a new educational model which provides a consistent, comprehensive, and high-quality curriculum for the 21st century, and one which maximizes student access to course offerings and options. I'm smiling because some of that language came out of a meeting the other day with the administration, and I was real pleased with the overall result of our 10 areas of focus.
We certainly hope you enjoyed this edition of Education Today. Please join us again next week for another look at the Armstrong School District. And before we go, let me mention, the Armstrong School District is looking for community volunteers for a 3-day work session called the Armstrong Charrette. It is October 17th through the 19th at Lenape Heights Golf Course, and we need parents, teachers, business owners, borough and township supervisors, and others. For more details and to apply, please visit our website, and please apply by Monday, September 10th. Thanks for watching.